Hi folks, just about to get started in a moment or two. Probably won't be streaming for a huge amount of time today actually. I didn't schedule this or anything. I have been really busy lately, but I've just managed to find a little bit of time. And I've been playing a bit of Path of Exile in my free time recently, so I thought, hey, may as well do a little bit of streaming on it. Those of you that have watched the channel for any length of time probably know that I do like the good old action RPG genre. Especially games like Diablo and stuff, so I thought, why not? I haven't actually played Path of Exile much before, I've got to admit. I did play it, I think, for about 2 hours maybe, when it was in beta, a long time ago, back in 2012 or whenever that was. But as of recently, I've not really played it since, so I did actually create this character with the intention of just seeing how the game has changed over the years, and I'm pretty impressed actually, I've got to say. But yeah, good to see you guys that have come onto the stream. Like I said, I didn't schedule it or anything, so I'm not expecting a huge amount of folks to turn up, which is absolutely fine. Nor am I saying that Path of Exile is going to be a regular stream on the channel. Like I say, it just more happens to be the game that I'm playing anyway. So thought I'd try and get back into streaming a little bit more by taking it live today. And I've had to reset up all of the stream overlays and what have you. I've reformatted my computer actually and reinstalled Windows since the last live stream, so this is more of a test than anything else. Hopefully it's coming through to you guys okay. But I'm not an expert in Path of Exile by any stretch of the imagination. Like I've just shown you, I'm only level 29 right now. So, still got a lot to learn for sure. This is the Shadow class if anybody's interested. But without any further ado then, let's get started, shall we? Begin the questing experience for the day. And I have got the chat overlay up on a second monitor, so hopefully I'll be able to see what you guys are saying. And I'm also streaming to 2 channels, which is both YouTube and Twitch. The one thing I should mention is that I'm actually playing the game in 4K, but streaming in 1080p, so hopefully that downscaling's not going to affect the stream too much. Your stomach feels like an empty... Yeah, go and eat something, Potartix Gamer. Hopefully that'll help you. But yeah, like I say, this is more of a test than anything. So, these first 29 levels I've just done in my own time, not for YouTube or anything like that. So, we'll see what we can do today. And I've got a couple of quests going here. The Gemling Queen and Sever the Right Hand. I believe both of these are going to require us to head to pretty much the same location. So, let's make our way over to the sewers. And then I think we need to head up to whatever this question mark place is here. For those of you that haven't played Path of Exile before, just before I get started, I'll just share a little bit of info. As you can probably see by the screen here, it's an action RPG game, which means that you're taking a top-down view, isometric look at the game world, and basically you get to plough through enemies as if they're butter. Just get a whole collection of AoE abilities and just slaughter everything in your path, levelling up as you go. But of course, as well, there are challenges and bosses and whatnot to help you on your way, so to speak. And, you know, if you play Diablo, then you'll probably fit right into this game, although a lot of the systems are very different to the Diablo, well, at least to Diablo 3, perhaps a little bit more similar to Diablo 2. But we'll probably explore some of those together as we move on with the experience here. I don't want to give too much info right from the start. But just for those of you that are wondering what it is that I am, what I'm doing, I'm a level 29 Shadow. I am still learning myself. I'm not actually sure what the big difference is between the different classes, since it seems everybody has access to the main skill tree here. But I've been investing my skills just pretty much randomly. I'm not really sure which is the best way to go. I'll no doubt be refunding a lot of these skill points later on once I do actually have a clue what I'm doing. But so far, I've been getting through pretty much without too many issues, and hopefully we'll be able to carry on with that as we move on here. So let's go straight on with the game itself, head over to the sewers, and then try and find whatever the next destination is that the quest is pointing us towards. Just checking that everything's running here okay before we get started. I can see we've got 9 viewers on YouTube. Not sure exactly how many on Twitch. But yes, good to have you guys. As I mentioned a moment ago, this wasn't a stream that I scheduled or anything like that, so I'm not expecting many people to turn up. But hopefully those that do, you know, you'll enjoy yourselves. And if you've got any tips or whatever to share with Path of Exile, if you know much about the game, then please do so. Since, as I mentioned, I'm still very much learning about this. And this ability here, Freezing Pulse, is my bread and butter ability for just clearing trash enemies. As you can see, it's got a good wide arc to it, so I can literally just make a path through enemies for me. And when I get through to tougher champion packs and bosses, then I've got some of these other abilities to help me as well. And I've also got a couple of buffs active. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or not. As you can see, that's reserving a lot of my mana. 319 in fact. So I only have a small mana pool to cast my main AoE ability. But that's absolutely fine because I've got quite a lot of mana regen. So as you can see, I can literally spam this ability. And my mana still fills up even though there's only a small amount of it. So yeah, let's keep going, shall we? One thing is that I've noticed, the ability that I'm spamming here doesn't do very well in enclosed spaces. And now we've got a harder enemy here, so we can throw in some of our buffs, or debuffs rather, and hopefully take this guy down pretty quickly. There we go. So yeah, I'm just a couple of levels above this area, which I didn't plan on out-leveling anything or anything like that. It's literally just how it's happened. I've only pretty much gone through the game normally, and I just happen to be a few levels higher by this point. But even so, I haven't concentrated on a build or anything yet, and I seem to be pretty much handling these enemies without too much of an issue. I have died a couple of times, I've got to be honest with you, not all that much. But I'm not playing the hardcore mode, so that isn't really a big deal. And for those of you that are new to Path of Exile, basically the bulk of your abilities are going to be coming through gems that you socket into your equipment. So these are the spells that I've got socketed, and that's what's been placed onto my hotbars here. So a little bit different to Diablo and other games in that respect. As a matter of fact, when I first played Path of Exile, back whenever it was released into beta, what's this, the slums? I don't think I want to go to the slums, I think that's where I came from. I was initially put off by the skill system, I've got to be honest with you. Having to equip gems in order to use skills. But since trying the game again recently, I've kind of got used to it, and I'm actually enjoying the system very much. That said, this skill that I'm using, Freezing Pulse, is one that I put into a piece of armour at about level 2 or 3, I think. And I've just been using it ever since. So, yeah, welcome to a few more people that have joined last few minutes or so. Just to clarify then, I'm playing Path of Exile, although this is more just to experiment with the stream, since I haven't streamed for so long. But I'm not like saying that Path of Exile is going to become a regular part of my streaming schedule or anything like that. I know it's something that's a little bit different for the channel, but I am a big fan of the action role-playing genre, and it looks like this is blocking the way here. There is a path on the map, but for whatever reason I'm not allowed through yet. I guess that'll become apparent later on. So having explored this previous area, we'll move on to the east of the waypoint here. So as you can see, laying down a few of these buffs. Oh, is that a quest item? Maybe. A few of these debuffs, sorry, on the champion packs is enough to take care of them fairly quickly. And then I can come in with some damaging abilities as well if need be.
Warrior.
Right, so I believe this guy is an optional quest dude. So, Kerwin says, first time see me, love the walkthroughs. Oh, thank you, Kerwin. Appreciate that very much. Glad you like the walkthroughs, dude. Yeah, see you later, Roger. Thanks for stopping by. I know you couldn't stay, but appreciate you saying hello.
You are a welcome sight, warrior. Another spirit.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate.
This one is close. And hurry. The corruption of this place.
Enter the haunted area. So this is an optional quest. A bit of experience, might get some rewards from it. And we need to find the Karu spirit before time runs out. So this will take us off the track of the main quest. So a bit of a detour. But I do generally find these things are worth it. And we've actually got a time limit for this one. Not experienced this before, I don't think. So this level 29 Shadow here is the highest level character, by far in fact, that I've ever had in Path of Exile. One of the reasons I started playing this game recently was because I was a little bit disappointed that Blizzard announced that Diablo 4 wasn't going to be announced this year at BlizzCon. And I kind of need my action RPG fix and was getting a little bit tired of Diablo 3. So I thought I'd check out some of the other games in the genre. And the strange thing is, wow, I've only got a minute left. The strange thing is, I found Path of Exile to be far more similar to Diablo 2 than Diablo 3 was. And Diablo 2 was always one of my favourite games. So really happy to be playing this at the moment. Hi Dennis, welcome to the stream. Right, is this the thing we need to kill? Looks like it. Ah! Got 45 seconds. Get rid of the ads first. Let's get some debuffs going. Oh, the timer's still going down, is it? Oh, there's the spirit thing. Did I get it? Yeah, I think so. We had to loot it. Did those guys just resurrect or something? Or did I miss one? They're just coming out of the ground at me. Anyway, we've done the quest, so we've got to take this thing back. Oh, right. I see. We're actually carrying around the spirit we've just defeated on our backs. This is arguably the hardest time I've had in Path of Exile since starting the game. This guy keeps healing or something. Right, let's head back to the main entrance here. And then we'll complete this quest and see what we're going to get for it. If anything. Might not get anything, of course. Never expect and then you won't be disappointed.
The Karui way grows stronger for every... Khan's kingdom fell not to Tukuhama, father of war.
Okay, so I'm not sure exactly how this works with these guys, but I've seen a few of these NPCs that I've helped around the field and stuff. And you can basically level them up by completing quests for them as you meet them. And I think you unlock certain things, especially if you get to level 3, which I haven't done yet. So hopefully we'll find Haku out and about again in the future. In which case we'll hopefully be able to level him up once more. So now we've done that quest, we're just going to basically continue looking for the main area that we need to go to. The Solaris Temple or something. I'm currently in Act 3, by the way. There's 10 acts in this game. There used to only be 3 or 4, I think, but over the patches and stuff that have been released over the last few years, that has been expanded. Although I do believe the last few acts are basically going to be in the same areas as the first few, but with different parts of the story and stuff. And for those just joining me, Path of Exile here is a free-to-play game. So if you want to download it off Steam, you can do. I've been playing the game for about 11 hours now, I think, level 29, and I've not had any reason whatsoever to even spend a single penny on the game. So it is a really good experience, especially if you are a fan of the genre. Okay, so where are we? What's the name of this area? I missed it. Let me just check that again. The marketplace. Oh, Bushy, hello, dude. How you doing? What do you want me to say again, mate? I was just talking actually about the fact that Path of Exile here is a free-to-play game. But I've not had any reason so far to spend any money on it whatsoever. And the last time I played this game was back in 2000, I think it was 2012 when the beta first came out, but I've not really touched it since, and it has changed quite a bit actually in that time. But if you're looking for like a Diablo fix or something, then actually it's a really good game for that. Hi William, welcome. Am I going to play Red Dead? I didn't really play the first game, to be honest, Jeremy. I know that it was hailed and stuff as being a fantastic game and what have you, but I just never really got round to it, so I don't know if I'm going to or not. There's a lot of recently released games that I still haven't got round to playing. I mean, Spider-Man's on my list. I was hoping to play that when it was released, but never got round to it. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I've heard, is something I should be getting to as well, but still haven't done so. But I'm a bit poor at the moment as well anyway, so that's why I'm playing games like Path of Exile here, which are completely free. But I'm having a lot of fun with it, I've got to say. So yeah, I probably will get to those games. It's just a matter of when, to tell you the truth. So I don't know if there's another waypoint to unlock in this area. I'm probably just going to explore it before we go any further. I don't know if anybody's familiar with this game, but if you are, could you please tell me what these tormented warlords are? Because I keep seeing them out and about in the wild. And I kill them, of course, but I'm not sure if they mean anything. No, not really, as far as I'm aware, Kerwin. I don't think you need a high NPC for this game at all. But just have a look on Steam to see what the system requirements are. But I doubt very much it's very high. It's a few years old as well, so... Oh, that unique didn't drop anything. And yes, I can see a waypoint up ahead here. My abilities aren't doing as much damage in these higher level areas. So I might have to start looking at a proper build soon. Right, so this is the marketplace. It's a level 26 area. I was earlier about 10 levels above the questing zone that I was in. But now that gap has closed big time. This is on Xbox One as well, is it, Jeremy? I had no idea if that was the case. So if it is, thanks for telling us, because that's interesting. I thought it was PC exclusive. I mean, I haven't got an Xbox One myself anyway, so... But there's lots of stuff to do in this game other than just going around questing, which is what I'm doing at the moment. There's a whole feature called Delve, I think it is, which I've dabbled in but haven't really spent a whole lot of time with. It's basically an endless dungeon. You can start it straight from the get-go when you begin your character. And you can literally just go through floors and floors of enemies, collecting rewards as you go. And your progress saves, you can come back to it as you get stronger and stuff. But it's a really interesting feature. And there's also other interesting dungeons and that as well that you can do that are completely optional. The catacombs, do I need to head into them? I'm not sure, because these quests here don't mention anything about the catacombs. The Solaris Temple is where I need to be. Or the Ebony Barracks. So let's just have another look around this area here in case there's anything else to find. But it could just be a case of I need to head through the catacombs anyway. Ah, there's a quest up here. Close to levelling to 30 though, pretty exciting. Never got this far in Path of Exile before. I think there's 70 levels in total. And there's a huge end game to do as well once you get there. Right, another quest guy here. So we'll kill the enemies first. We'll just go around, make sure the area is safe before we speak to him. Okay, I think that should do the trick.
You've the look of someone spoiling for a fight. Takes one to know one, you see. I've set aside a nice, cozy spot.
Okay, dude, let us know what you think of it as well.
I'll meet you in there, shall I?
So we need to head into the ruined arena. Okay. So yeah, if you are going to be playing it, guys, just make sure you keep hold of the gems and that you get. Because that's where the bulk of your abilities are going to come from. All these abilities I've got down here, these are from gems that I've equipped in my gear. And you can take them out without destroying them. And give them to other characters as well. So it's an interesting system. You don't spend attribute points like you do in Diablo 1 and 2. But you do have a huge skill tree as well that you can invest points into. You get a single point each time you level up. Plus points for completing certain quests and stuff. So there's a whole lot of character advancement that you can take part in. The reason I've popped back to town here is just because my inventory is getting full. So I'm just going to sell some of this stuff here. Interestingly as well, there's no money in this game. So instead of money, you generally get items as currency. Oh, we'll just check if that's... Could be a good item.
Don't do anything
so let's go ahead and identify it. No, I don't think it's very good. Plus I need a green and blue socket in order to link these two things together here. So we'll sell that.
You get in there. Good luck to you.
Okay, we'll head back through to the dude that we're helping here. So this is another optional quest I'm undertaking. So these optional quests are called missions. And this one requires us to enter the ruined arena here. I'm not sure exactly what for yet. We need to find Vagan. And as you can see, it's a very dark game in places. So it looks like we need to head down to the next level here. It's definitely got a Diablo 1, Diablo 2 vibe to it. Like I say, in my opinion, even more so than Diablo 3, which is interesting.
So here's how this works. You take a crack.
Wes, hello, dude.
Shot. I win.
Thanks for joining us. How you doing?
You win, and I'm not actually sure, to tell the truth.
So we need to defeat him. Okay, we're having a battle with this guy. I don't know how hard he is. Don't know anything about him. But I've got some debuffs going, so he's not doing a whole lot of... Oh, he's healing or something. Ah, that weren't too bad.
Now that was a proper challenge. Well played, Exile. Well played.
Okay, so we've completed that quest then. So I guess if we find that guy again, we should be able to level him up by doing his next quest. So sometimes once you've gone ahead and completed a mission for these NPCs that are out in the wild, they give you other options, but not in this case. So let's go over here and try and find what this quest's all about. I can see it on the map, but haven't been able to access it just yet. Oh, that's strange, Arbushy. You've installed it, it says you've played 4 minutes already, and now it's showing 1% of 12 gigabytes downloaded for the game. I've no idea, mate. I don't know what's going on there. I don't think I had any issues downloading and installing this. You're doing it on Steam, are you? I'm using the Steam version myself. I don't know if you have to use Steam, though. Right, I don't know what's going on there then, sorry, dude. Oh, here's another one of those tormented souls. I think these mean something, but I couldn't kill that one. It ran away. I've no idea what. I just see them from time to time. Sometimes I can kill them, sometimes they escape before I do. Hey, level up. Level 30 now. So we'll go ahead and spend our skill points. What was I spending points in? I'm trying to think which path I was going down. Oh, I think I was heading down here. The last one I did was Blood Siphon, which was a good boost to life and strength. Oh, wow, Wes. You got the rain from a hurricane. Did you actually get the hurricane, or did you kind of get like the tail end of it where you are? With the storms and stuff. So I want to head down to coordination, because that should be a good boost to damage. So do I want to go for more mana or more life? Well, I'm not really using this piddly bit of mana as it is. So we'll go ahead for life. Right, boosted up to 728. Right, where's this quest then? It says it's around here, doesn't it? Oh, it must be this ornate chest. Okay, travel to the docks. Did that just pop up there? I think it did. So there's 2 locations we can access from where we are. One thing I would like is the ability to mouse over some of the exits or move the map overlay, so I can see which locations I've already unlocked, but it won't let me do that. Okay, Soul Fight is what allows you to access the Delve, which is the game's endless dungeon. If you want to just go and get some extra experience outside of questing, get some item rewards, then it's a pretty good system actually that the game gives you access to, but only in the Delve server. So make sure you choose that one when you start the game. Painlash the Stalker. Right, so there's another exit just over here, it looks like. The Battlefront. That's not the docks, is it? I'm finding all these exits, but none of them lead to where I want to go to. Okay, well, let's head over there anyway. There's bound to be something we need, isn't there? I've no idea, Arbushy. I've not actually tried with a controller. I've only played it myself with the mouse and keyboard. Where's... Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that sounds huge. I've not got a huge amount of experience myself with hurricanes. We do get them in the UK from time to time, but not all that often. But hopefully you managed to get out of it fairly unscathed. Sounds like the dogs were scared, but hopefully not a whole lot of damage or anything. I've maxed out my soul fight now, so I should probably go to the Delve at some point. That little poison spider you see pop up from time to time, he's actually a pet that I can summon. Not manually, he summons automatically when I cast one of my spells. I think there's multiplayer support in this game though. You can actually see other people when you're in towns and stuff anyway. So you can group up with them and whatnot. So maybe, you know, if any of you guys are playing this, we can team up or something at some point. Right, there's a waypoint we need to unlock here so we can gain fast access to this zone once more. Okay, so where are we now? We're in the Battlefront, level 27. I'm not sure why this particular question mark has this border. Perhaps it means that's where we need to go for a quest. but there's also a quest marker on the map right now as well. Okay, it's another item to loot. So we've got 2 quests now that want us to go to the Solaris Temple level 2. We've also got an optional quest to go to the docks. And a quest to go to the Ebony Barracks as well. Another interesting feature which I haven't mentioned, I can't show it you I don't think from this screen, is the prophecy feature. I recently learned about this myself. You can actually pick up prophecies from town, and they tell you something that you're going to do, such as defeat a really tough enemy or something, and once you've picked it up, it actually spawns an enemy or whatever the case may be, so you can fulfill the prophecy in the next area that you visit, and then you get rewards or what have you for completing them. So there's so much in this game in terms of features and stuff that really flesh it out, and I really think Diablo 3 could have done a lot more than it did. Look at that, 3 rares altogether. I do love these types of games though, these action role-playing games from the isometric perspective. There's just something so satisfying, isn't there, with just blasting through hundreds of enemies in such a short amount of time. Oh dude, that sucks. 2 feet of rain. Oh. Do they have to get out of their house? Do they have to evacuate? Yeah, it's more similar to Diablo 2 in my opinion, Wes, than Diablo 3. But it's a lot of fun actually. It does, I think it's inherent to the genre, but it does get addictive. So we're well on our way now to level 31. Oh, Bushy, one thing I recommend is that you try and find access to an AoE, Area of Effect, gem spell as quickly as possible. This ability I'm using here, Freezing Pulse, I think I got this about level 2 or level 3, and I've just been using it ever since. I've boosted it up now though. Never used to be as powerful as this or as wide the beam. What is going on here? Yeah, it has like 16 expansions or something, but it's all kind of part of the main experience now. So as a first time player, which is what I was, you won't notice that it's had 16 expansions. It's all integrated into the game. Ah, here's the Solaris Temple. This is exactly what I'm needing to go to. Just check there's nothing else, but I don't think there would be. But yeah, the last time I played this was about 5 years ago, and it has changed a lot in that time, it really has. And there's a wide variety of different environments as well. This is only a small game, by the way, guys. Not a small game, sorry, a small team developing this game. But it doesn't feel like that at all. You can tell a lot of love, a lot of sweat has gone into it. Oh. Well, I'm pleased to hear that everybody was safe though, Wes. That's the main thing, even though the damage itself is obviously unpleasant, not nice. The fact that everyone gets out is, well, that has to be the priority, doesn't it? I can't even remember the last time we had a hurricane in the UK. Probably a couple of years ago now.
Good find, Exile.
But we do have problems with flooding and stuff from storms and what have you in certain areas of the country. It's possible, Arbushy. I've not looked into that myself, if it's got like a secret area. I'd imagine it has, but I really don't know. So right, another waypoint to grab here. So this is level 1. I think we need to get to level 2 in order to go ahead and complete these quests. So the enemies are now level 27. So this is Act 3. Got a lot of the waypoints already. Making good progress through it, I think. There's 10 acts in total. Although I think the last few acts repeat the same areas as the initial few acts, but obviously advancing the story from those locations. That's what I've heard anyway. Not got that far myself yet. Since this is a free-to-play game, there is a shop where you can buy optional stuff, which I haven't done. But as far as I can tell, the vast majority of that stuff is purely cosmetic, armour and what have you, which doesn't really interfere with the gameplay. So it's definitely 100% not a pay-to-win game. So some of the stuff does get pretty expensive, but as you can see, it is mostly cosmetic stuff. You can change how your weapons and your armour look, but the items themselves don't have any inherent power with them. The only thing you can purchase which is arguably gameplay changing is new stash tabs, which I haven't found the need to do yet, but you do have that option. The thing about this game, Arbushy, is it has a huge endgame as well. You can actually hunt down what are called map tiers. Now, I can't do this yet because I'm not at max level. But basically, a map tier allows you to spawn a randomly generated map. You can even play it with other people. And depending on how quickly I think you complete that map, you can then unlock a further map tier that's of a higher level. And the higher level map tiers you get, then the more experience you get, the more item drops you get, the more powerful items you get. And it's just got a really involved endgame system. So yeah, you'll probably be able to complete the story quite quickly. But then there's a whole lot extra to do after that as well. And there's a really active development going on with this game as well. There's a lot of stuff in the works. But I won't talk about that too much because I don't actually know about it all that much myself. So these are interesting treasure chests. Once you click it, you're going to spawn a bunch of monsters, which you have to kill before you can unlock it. So let's go ahead and level up one of the skill gem here. Just reading your message there, Wes. Oh, I see. Oh, that was when Harvey hit, was it? Oh, you got double pay as well. I suppose there was an upside then, wasn't there? Some tough enemies can spawn by these chests, but then you get some pretty decent items as well. Okay, running out of space now. I've got all these green items I'm looting. I've no idea what they're for. But I'll tell you what, they are definitely clogging up my log here, sorry, my inventory. Let's go back and sell some stuff, shall we? Oh, this is one of the dudes that we helped.
Necessity here in Rayclass.
Yeah, I don't want that. Shield. No, I don't want that. Don't want the bow either. There is one downside I've noticed, for me personally, with this game, and that is there's so much different materials and that you can loot, that they actually fill up your stash, not your stash, sorry, your inventory really quickly. And with all these quest items I'm getting, I don't actually have a whole lot of space to pick up any items that I find out in the field. But I can stick all of this in my stash. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that actually. Where is the stash in this zone? There it is. Silver coins, that can go in. Not sure what a lot of this stuff does, but we'll stick it in there anyway. What's that one? Improves the quality of a weapon. I guess I could use that, couldn't I? Improves it by 1%. Well, it actually boosts my damage as well, so may as well use it. Right, I've boosted it by 10%. I guess that means I'm doing 10% more damage and stuff. May as well just use them all. Enchants a magic item with a new random modifier. I'm not sure if that'll work on this. Have to unequip it first. Target is not magic. I think that means a blue item. These are yellow. Haven't got any blues. Improves the quality of an armour. Same thing, I guess, but I can't bother to go through all that again. So yeah, I've got some pretty useful items here. Materials. But I'll just get rid of them into the stash for now. So yeah, you start with 4 of these quite substantially large stash spaces. But you can purchase more if you pay for them as well. But as you can see, I'm nowhere near needing to do that. Ah, I've got another skill gem here. Which one's this? Siege Ballista. Summons a totem that attacks with piercing arrows. It attacks slowly but starts to deal increased damage. I'll keep that. Might find a use for it later. You do have to just keep an eye on the fact that I think after 8 minutes, any instanced area you've been in will cancel out. So you'd have to go through it again. So when you take town visits, it's a good idea not to spend too long there or go AFK there, or your portal's going to disappear. You'd have to go back to the area again. Oh. You've been there 6 years, have you now, Wes? Yeah, I suppose they want to look after you now then, don't they? Right, another exit. Level 2, that's exactly where we want to go. So there's at least 2 quests we're going to be able to complete in this area. There might be some more, not sure yet. Guess we'll find out. I don't know if you guys can hear the music, but so atmospheric. Honestly, guys, for such a small team that developed this game, there's so much attention to detail here. It really does feel like, a full... It almost feels like something that Blizzard would have made as part of the Diablo franchise. One of the other action RPGs that I played of past, which I might want to revisit at some point, was Titan Quest. I never actually got around to playing the expansion. I think it was called The Immortals or something. But that was the first action RPG I ever played after Diablo 2. And I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
Beautiful findings.
Okay, that's not a quest there.
Exile.
So we need to search the Solaris Temple and we need to find the tomb of the Gemling Queen. Both of those occur in this particular area. Yeah, Roger popped onto the stream earlier, Wes. I think he had to leave though. He said he had to go and do something. Maybe. I can't remember what he said, but yeah, he did pop on to say hello, which was cool.
Not all murders are equal.
Oh, there's a lot of sulfite stuff down here. That's what this icon is on the map. Oh, Bushy, if you're still there, dude, make sure when you start the game that you do it on the Delve server type. So it should automatically set you to that anyway. But that gives you access to some extra content as well, you see. Oh, what is this? Is this one of the things we need to kill for a quest? My goodness, this thing hits hard. Right, let's try and get out of this fire that's all over the floor. Oh no, so low on health. Wow, I'm still alive. I don't know how, but I'm still alive. Let's lay in some ranged attacks here. Move, move, move. Did we get it? Yeah, we did. I'm not sure if that was actually part of any of the quests we were doing. Interesting. Yeah, Delve. Basically, there's an endless dungeon you can mess about with in this game, Arbushi. Right from when you first start the game as well. Although I recommend probably about level 4 or 5 because it is quite tricky. But it's only available on the Delve server type.
Pretty as porcelain.
I'm not sure why that is, but that's just the way that it is. So more content's obviously always a good thing, and it is optional. But at least you've got the option to do it.
You are not a cockroach. Strange. What is that you have?
Okay, we've got a reward to pick here. 14% increased rarity of items found. That can't be bad.
The cockroaches will come again. They want... I like you, not a cockroach. Goodbye, not a
Okay.
cockroach.
Oh, now we need to go to the docks as part of a main story quest. So that's helpful because we've got an optional quest to take us there as well. I've got a legendary, or whatever it is, a unique amulet already equipped. So I don't think I want to replace that with a rare one. Okay, so I'm not going to equip any of those items. We'll just double check there's nothing else to find in this location. The Solaris Temple, I think it's called. But there won't be. So let's leave that. Let's just go back to town now. In fact, I can probably have a go at one of the Delve dungeon thingies. Since a bit of extra experience won't hurt anyway. The game is getting a little bit trickier now than it has been. So basically, as I said, there's no currency. When you sell items to NPCs, you get crafting stuff instead of currency.
Good luck to you.
So to access the delve, you just go to any waypoint and then hit this candle here, which takes you to the mine encampment. So this is a completely optional, endless dungeon, which you can take part in at any point during your adventure. And however far you progress, that progression is saved, excuse me, for when you next return. So I've already done a little bit in this place previously. And these quests here are unique to this location. So it has its own set of quests that you can undertake.
The depths you're exploring are dangerous, Exile.
To progress further into the delve, you need to have this currency here, which is sulfite. And you find this just out in the world as you're questing. So you've seen those gold veins that I click on as I've been going through the areas. Well, that's how you fill this up. And once you've got to the maximum amount, which you can upgrade the maximum amount from the generator here, then you need to actually spend some before you can get any more. So this is stuff that's unique to the delve, but it's another form of progression that you can enjoy. So the further you get, the more upgrades you can make. Okay, there's the prophecy thing I was telling you about earlier. I've got one prophecy active at the moment. So let's head into the dungeon itself here. And you start at the top, which has monster levels of 2 at a depth of 1. And then as you progress further down, then the monster level increases as you go further down in depth. So I've got down to depth 22, which is monster level 24. And you can basically select any of these points, and that's where you'll be able to go. And it tells you the rewards you'll get from going there, such as jewellery for these, just says items for this one. And also the cost of going there. So it'll take 20 sulfite to go to the Necromancer's excavation. So let's do that. First of all, we'll go to the closest location. And we'll teleport there. And there's a mechanic in this dungeon which is interesting. You have this minecart here, and when you select a new location, the minecart is going to lead the way there. If you get too far ahead of the minecart, then the dungeon's going to go dark. You're going to take a lot of damage on your health until you eventually die. So don't venture too far away from the minecart. Watch my health if I do go too far away. See how you get this border on screen? And look at that, your health just shoots down. So you do have to stay fairly close to it to avoid that from happening. So we're going to select the minecart and we're going to go over to the Necromancer's excavation. And it's going to lead the way then. And there will be enemies, of course, as we go. And the enemies are quite high level for me at the moment. Level 24. And that might not sound too high because I'm level 20, I'm level 30. But trust me, they are actually quite tricky. And you can't spend too long AoEing them, because if you fall behind from the minecart, then you're going to lose health anyway, just like I showed you a moment ago. So you do have to have your wits about you at all time here. So I'm just trying to stay a little bit ahead, so that I've got time to kill the enemies. Oh, there's an item, I want to get it. I can't. Oh no, I'm going to die. That's my own stupid fault. I went to get that chest, which I really shouldn't have done. So, just a heads up, guys, basically, once the minecart's got to the next destination, the whole path you've just been on will actually stay lit up, so you can explore at that point then.
The depths you're exploring.
And as you get further down into the shaft, you know, further down in depth, then you'll need to upgrade your darkness resistances and stuff, otherwise you're just not going to be able to last very long. So let's try that once more. Only this time I'm not going to vary off the beaten path, as they say. I'm not sure why I'm not teleporting there. Oh, I am now. Oh, it's because I died or something, so I have to select the same one again. But if you're finding the main story quests is getting a little bit too challenging, then this is a good place to come as well if you want to just gain a bit of extra experience. Maybe an extra level or two. Move, 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 move. And as you can see, it is randomly generated, which is why we're taking a different path this time. Despite the fact that we're going to the exact same mining node. So, if you do fail, just try again. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it, Wes? Trying to kill this rare here that's creeping up on us from behind. Oh, so many enemies. Come on, stay with it. Look, there's another chest there, but I've got no chance of getting it. I'll just be slaughtered by the darkness. But you can see I'm getting good experience as well from being here. Should be levelling up again soon. What are these enemies that are flashing? Well, it's reached the location. And these guys are not happy, are they? So now that we're here at the depth, we can go ahead and access the reward that comes with this particular node. But we don't just access it by itself, we generally have to click something. Although maybe I already got it. There's usually something to click that either starts an encounter or something of that kind that will then lead to the reward. See, I can't click the minecart at the moment, which means I think I'm missing something. It looks like this should be it. It's like a green thing just there, but I can't click it. Maybe I need to break it. Oh no, there's more green stuff here. Ah, this is it. Okay, I found it. It's because I'm not used to venturing away from the cart. But these lights, I guess, were showing me that I can actually venture this way because it's not putting me into darkness. First of all, there's a reward here. But I can't access it yet. Need to go ahead and begin the encounter. So these can be quite challenging, as I'm sure you can imagine. Hey, level up. So if I stand at the choke point here and just spam some AoE abilities. Then these enemies will keep spawning until the end of the encounter. As you can see, it's pretty manic. Whoa! See that damage I took then? And again. Need to kill this diabolical whisperer. Because this is the fella that's resurrecting those enemies. Did we get him? Yeah, we did it. And there's all the rewards we're going to get for this particular trek through. So you can get really good rewards from doing this. And now we can access the crawler once more if we want to go to the next location. But also let's open that chest. I don't know what they are, muttering essences or something. Whispering essence of greed. Upgrade a normal item to a rare item. Interesting. And the same for this one as well, and this one. But also providing guaranteed properties. Oh, great stuff. Right, so we'll teleport back out of the dungeon now. I won't do another one just yet. So we'll go back to the mine entrance. And we'll leave.
The depths you're exploring.
Yeah, we'll just sell these items. tidy up the inventory space a little bit. There we go. And now we can either carry on doing more of the delve mine, or we can head back and just carry on with our questing experience. Hey, Ken. Oh, thanks for that feedback, dude. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. Just taking a break from some of the traditional Japanese role-playing game. Playing a bit of Path of Exile at the moment. But if you're fans of Diablo, games of that nature, then you'll find a lot to be had here. It's really pretty darn awesome. Right then, so we leveled up in the delve, so let's go ahead and spend our skill point. Okay, we can learn coordination, which should be a nice damage boost. There we go. Wow, I can actually boost damage quite a bit by going this way. So I think I'll probably stick in this area as I continue to spend points when I earn them for levelling up. Alright then folks, I think I'll take a break at that point. Let's go ahead and level up the gem here. Blade Vortex. That's the spell here, where you sometimes see green blades whizzing around me, just AoEing everything down that I run through. So I'll boost the damage for that by levelling it up now. Yeah, thanks for stopping by for the stream today, folks. I know it wasn't a scheduled stream or anything like that, so probably won't be streaming Path of Exile full time or anything. It was more just to get back into streaming today, to tell you the truth. So yeah, what do you guys think of this game anyway? Don't forget, it is free to play. So as long as you've got a computer that meets the minimum requirements, you don't have to pay for it. I've not spent a penny on it after about 11, 12 hours or so of playtime. Just load up Steam and download it, basically. You do have to set up an account with the developers, but it's a free account. Just need your email address and a login name. Don't need payment details or anything. So, a lot of fun actually, and it has changed. Like last time I played this, as I've mentioned, was I think it was 2012. Might have been 2013, but a long time ago. I played for about 2 hours during the beta, and I haven't really touched it since. But been getting back into it the last few days. Been having a lot of fun. Right, that's a shame. Whereas I'm not sure if it works on Mac or not. Might be worth checking out. Oh, I see, Arbushy. Oh, well, when I started playing the other day, it just asked me to set up an account when I actually installed the game and then started to play it. But I thought I might have had an account from before, but I couldn't find it, so I just set up another one. So there we go, level 31 now. Level 31 in Act 3 out of Act 10. 10 in total. And then the end game begins. I really need to start looking into what build to go for as well, I think, because what I'm using here is just pretty much something I've made up as I've gone along. There's not really any synergy between all the different abilities. But I'm guessing as I start to get into the harder parts of the game, I'm definitely going to be needing to look more into that. But as of right now, I've not really had the need to. Yeah, so thanks for stopping by today, guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish the stream at this point. It's been fun. Take a break from the game for a bit. Event notice board. I think that's where you can join. Oh, there's PvP in this game as well. I did know that, I just forgot to mention it. I think event is where you can join parties and stuff that other people have set up. I'm not sure why. It must be like scheduled stuff, actually. Okay. Alright then, folks. Thanks for stopping by today. I'll see you soon. Take care. I'm closing the stream now.